Today I invited Tan again, who as a creative director has a very good eye in like picking images, and I hope I can get like some help from you in like selecting the final photos for this project.
Okay, thank you for having me again. I'm very excited to see what we have here today and then see what photo we can bring out to tell your story.
At the end of a photo shoot, like especially if it's something I do as a personal project for myself, I like to print out some photos and work very careful on a final selection of the images I put in the final portfolio. I actually printed them out. I believe if you print out your work, your relationship to your work really changes. Let's have a look at some. So I sorted them actually into 4 different categories. So the first thing we have is like photos of the city, and these are from different shoots. So we did like a little bit street photography and life case studies, but they're all about the cities.
So which one is your favorite?
I like this one, for example, for a nighttime shot.
Yes.
I do really like this one. It's like from the early morning. Like also because of the reflection we have here, it's like really nice. Usually if it comes to street photography, I like to do stuff in black and white.
I think it's also come down to the personal choice as well. Fashion editorial, they do mix between black and white and color. For me, I really like this one. I think you use a wide angle lens. It's not, our normal eyes doesn't see this way.
I feel as a photographer, that's what we are supposed to do, like show new angles, like something that people don't see every day.
I think also this one is very interesting. It's what a contrast bring out to an image, like right, you see the new and the old.
Oh yeah, the juxtaposition.
It's actually very a lot easier when you printed things out like this. You can scrap things around.
I always think of how I want to position images next to each other. So I feel that this picture of the bicycle works nice with this one with the motorbike. So when I edited my first portfolio, like American photographer who lived here for a long time, Kevin Gurman, like he said, think about your portfolio as a poem. You know, and so I'm always thinking about the flow of how one image leads to the next.
This one is so nice,
but actually, they could like fit together like that, like inside outside. And these are out of the old apartment building, but I think they're a nice contrast.
Yes, this is such a good image in terms of the textures. So you only see the textures of things.
It's like filling up the frame.
Filling up the frame. For me, between these 3 photos, I would pick this one. Yeah, because obviously this tell more contrast in the story. I
think maybe these 2 can work next to each other.
Exactly.
And then we have a few nighttime shots.
I like how the little color pop up at night, and then you have the fence. It's like this poor chair and the fence, and then over is like a big city. What I think is a good photo, that is a photo tell a lot of story, that when a person look at it, you can interpret the way that you want, you know. It's up to the viewer to also see the story behind.
For me, it's like sometimes very difficult to decide which one I keep or not. So it's good to have a second pair of eyes. So I think that's like kind of, we have 12, 13 now. We want to make an essay of 20. I think we will later have to say goodbye to some more. Okay, should we look at still lifes maybe? I like some close-ups actually, so I've picked. So if you compare like these 2, which one would you like better?
Well, I think I prefer this one, but I don't know how it would fit in with the series because we have a lot of busy things there, and this one is quite simple. What about these 4 pictures?
I think what I like to keep is I definitely like to keep this one, like the super close-up of the lotus.
And then you can see that the pink here go together with this.
Yes, I think that's.
We can lift something.
That's always a good idea to think forward, like in the image flow. I think if you look at these 3, I do actually like this for 2 reasons. I think first of all, I think it's more dynamic than the other one. And secondly, I think it's a portrait format and it will then work good with that because all the other ones are horizontal. So if you want to introduce like another orientation, then there should be more than one. So we narrowed it down to 4 from the still lifes. I think that's pretty good. Like I had a portrait session with Tu. We were walking around like Bintan district, like nice areas. So I put out some of the photos from the portrait session with Tu.
What lens are you using for this? It's so beautiful.
So these super close-up, they're like 85 millimeter.
It's the portrait lens, right?
It's a portrait lens.
Between these 2, I think I prefer this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really hard to say, but I think maybe this because of the position of the hand.
It's my choice too. So which one is your favorite between these 2?
I prefer this.
Yeah,
I think that has like kind of like a really cool, like almost like hip hop attitude. I shoot it super wide. It's like kind of like this really street style.
And it's more impressive as well, right? Then come down to this. I think it's also go well with this color.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is down here.
Okay, so which one would you pick out of these?
I think I like this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that, or I like this because this has a very intense attitude and it's like just very straightforward.
Okay.
And then we can go to the nature photos. So yesterday I went to Dong Nai and like spent some time in the jungle. And we have like a whole collection of nature photos here.
So I think you were trying to demonstrate the difference between the shutter speed, right?
Exactly. You almost see it like from top to bottom here.
Yes.
Like we have like a frozen motion. The shutter speed goes longer and longer and like it becomes smoother and softer. I think it's easy for me. I like the one which is the softest.
Definitely, I love this one.
Yeah, I think this can also be, like I think they fit together. Yeah. I definitely want to keep the frog. 5, 6. We have 27. We want to narrow it down to 20, so we gotta be a little bit ruthless.
This one is not as strong as this too, right?
Yeah, so I think let's keep this. Okay. And let's keep this and the frog.
Yeah, so I think maybe this one.
Yes.
It's better, stronger.
Like I like the still life, but it doesn't fit with the other one, so let's get rid of it. We're good, we have 20.
Oh, wow.
Great, so...
so we have the final 20. Let's put it on the board here so that we see the final thing.
But I think I want to have an ongoing stream. So probably later we'll put in a gallery where you just go into one direction.
Right.
So which one should we start with?
I picked this one.
Yeah. Actually, I had the same thought.
Because I think it's a wide angle, show a lot of things in there. So it's good to see.
And I think it's also like the kind of showing contrast. And I feel, given the fact that I went to the nature and to the city and like I have still life and action, I like this essay in a way is all about contrast, right? Okay. Maybe start under the bridge.
Yeah.
It's just like, we can still swap things around.
To select the next one, it's to see the coherence between colors.
Yes.
Between photos.
There's always something that needs from one frame to the next. Yeah. I think after that we had like the portrait, right? Like I think the portrait and this, they work very nice together. Yeah.
I think this next we can go with this. So again, it's a contrast between close-up and then a big scenes.
Yeah, so we're creating some sort of rhythm also, right? Like a visual rhythm.
So continue with the green topic, and also this is like a younger of city.
Exactly, the urban jungle and the actual jungle.
Yes. Maybe this next.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way from, also again, like from a wider scene to a closer up. So what kind of, we went from the city to the jungle, and then from the jungle we can go back to nature. And I think for me, like I felt this water, we should put next to the movement. Like we have a motion blur here, and then we have a motion blur in the city. And so it kind of leads us back from the jungle to the city. Then we're back in the city, we can have like this combination of like nature and like urban actually. So I think now we can really go inside the building maybe and put that here. We have another big city scene, right? Like the urban jungle one more time, but like from a different angle. It's like kind of a strong contrast here also between colors. So the way we have this jungle framed between this and this.
We can use this next.
How about we put this in between?
It's nice. Yeah. It's like more panorama.
I think it's time for another portrait.
Can we try this?
You want to swap it? Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And then from that we can like really, because like dark here, we can go into that night part, right?
Yeah. And it's good that we have something blue here, blue here.
Yeah, I think that's good.
It's also connected into the colors.
And then I think we can finalize with the 3 close-up photos we have, right?
Yeah. And then maybe this green to go with this, right?
Exactly. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, let's have a final look.
So we start with a juxtaposition, the old and the new, and like kind of then go into geometrical forms, and the whole essay is about contrasts, right?
But I still think this one is not as strong. Maybe we have something a bit strong, like a strong image in the end. Maybe this or this are the 2 very beautiful photos. I think. What is your preference between these 2 pictures?
Or we can bring the urban jungle there. Actually, I think that might be nice. We start with the contrast and we end with the contrast, and we have the green here. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it's also work for me.
I think let's do that. So then we just need to move all these things closer. So I think that's a full circle. I think that's really, really nice. Yeah, fantastic.
Very happy with this.
Yeah, so am I. Thank you for your help with that. That's amazing. Well, always good to have a second set of eyes when editing.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Yeah. This was our final episode. I hope you enjoyed the journey. And I think the main takeaway from this is photography is all about exploring the world around you. So go out and take a lot of pictures and have fun.